Hello guys, yay, I'm back. So, How to Train Your Dragon 3, Hidden World, saw it, and it changed my life. This is the best one, so far definitely. This is the best one, the first one was second best, and the second one was the third best, if you know what I mean. It was just brilliant in general. Spoiler free, by the way, no spoilers, get them views. But yeah, it was much darker than I thought it would be. You know, not like as in, oh, loads of blood, but for a kids' movie, there are some emotional moments that I was like, wait, are they allowed to do this? I mean, no one gets stabbed, even though he has a lightsaber, basically, but you know. It was very emotional, you know? A lot of people cried, like, it's not that bad, but it was just, it's a conclusion, a finale that you need to watch. If you enjoyed the first two to any degree, then you'll love this, because this is just the best one. It's just like the most satisfying end you can get. Everything about it is good. The characters, when you compare them to the first film, it's like they're completely different. They've been building them up so much. This is just like the icing on the cake of their arcs. It's amazing. The story is good. The villain, this is the first time that I've actually felt as if he's interesting, and not just some old big guy. But like they kind of have a relationship, Hiccup and the villain. Not totally, like they didn't explore that, but it's kind of there. Like you can see he hates him because of something that happens early in the film that I can't say. And like all the negatives, okay, right? The people who made it didn't want this to be a kids film. Not as in they wanted it to be 15 rated with gore, but they didn't want to have to make these little jokes or whatever. They wanted it to be 12. So, for example, there are just out of place moments where there's just some silly joke of some like guy running into a pole. Like, no one finds that funny if you're older than like 10. And it was just kind of immersive breaking, because the characters are meant to be like adults, right? And then they're acting silly, and it's just really annoying because the people who made it, they were probably forced to do it. They wanted it to be 12, and or it's just that type of thing. If it didn't have those jokes, it would have been a lot better. Not to say it would have been serious, because it still has that light-hearted humor, but not just really bad jokes. Like, for example, the relationship between Hiccup and Toothless, that had the light-hearted humor in it, but that wasn't just jokes that were just like, haha, look, he ran into something. Stuff like that. Like, also, the fact that it's a children's film, there's a lot of exploratory dialogue, which was really annoying. For example, something will happen, like a character moment or a plot moment, and then one of the main characters, like Hiccup, will explain to someone, oh wow, I did this wrong, or this is what happened, just so to let the little kids know what's happening. That doesn't make any sense. When I was younger, I didn't know what happened in any films. I just wanted to see some stuff blowing up. They don't care. There's no point explaining it to them if they don't care, and they won't realize anyway. Just let it be. But the film was a very good balance of getting the kids what they want and the adults, because the adults will enjoy this because of the darker themes. But and it does get quite dark, which I said before. But that's just it. If this was a 12, it would have been way better. I mean, this is still an amazing film, one of the darker animation DreamWorks films that they would have been able to get. But it's just annoying that they had to do this. But also the visuals are some of the best animation I've ever seen in an animated film. The detail is like astounding. The colors, the way everything looks is just so beautiful that in a scene you'll just find yourself looking at a detail and just looking how detailed it is. It's just incredible to look at, right? And also, what else is there? Yeah, that's just about it. It's just the dragons. Well, the dragons are also really good, and the final act, right? The final act is the best act out of all of them. It's not as much as like big and cinematic as the second one with all like the sweeping dragons on the clear. It's a lot more personal, but it's big enough to get enjoyment for the like little ones as well. Like there's fighting, and for the first time you actually feel as if they're actually Vikings in a way. Like they can fight hand to hand combat, and like I know obviously they don't like stab people, but they like kick them down and they just stay down. And like you see them do cool stuff, and you're like, wow, that's what an adult would grow into, like who can fight properly. And like it's just the touching moments with the Toothless, the Light Fury. That's what it's called, I think. And it's just that is really good. The Hidden World, one of the best moments where all the visuals is just amazing to look at, and how you just kind of wish you want to be there with them, in a way. And like the way the villain, there was something they mentioned about him that reminded me a lot of how Hiccup used something about how they could have kind of been each other. I'm not going to say anymore, but a lot of people are kind of missing that, and I think they could have explored that more, but then that would have made the film longer, and I think it was the perfect length. And the series never focused on villains. It's about the characters' relationships, which I think they focused on and they finished, which was really good. And if they aren't going to make any more, which I feel as if they will, like a spin-off, but you know, this is like a really good ending. But yeah, this is overall, I give it 9 dragons out of 10 books. It's the only thing holding it back is the fact that it needs to be a PG rated film. If it was 12 and not as many jokes, it'll be 9.5 or something. No film, every film has flaws. It's impossible not to. But yeah, that's about it. Really good. I would pick to over seeing the Lego Movie 2, which is something. Because apparently, I don't know, it just intrigued me more, and I'm happy. This is the film you need to see right now, because apparently Alita, that's not very good. I've not watched it. I'm not going to waste money on that. So don't watch that. Don't watch the Lego Movie, because this is better. And just, yeah, it'll give you an impact. So the cinematography, even though it's animated, is just so great. When like he's flying, you feel like you're soaring, and the music is just so. You feel like when you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, that's How to Train Your Dragon. It's just brilliant. Okay, that's it. This is my first review. Yeah, wow. Congratulations to me. I guess I'll be a millionaire now.